like you're doing a bicep curl.
They don't know each other, but Tim Badger and Richard Rosell have a shared problem with pain.
There's a burning, a tingling, almost like lightning going down your leg.
All of a sudden while I was doing work, I realized I couldn't lift stuff with my left arm anymore.
Both men tried to find relief with conservative measures that unfortunately proved unsuccessful.
Finally, I went to get it checked, and the place took an x-ray and said we got to have an MRI. And
his MRI matched exactly what his problem was. He had a big disc herniation, which was actually compressing the spinal cord, which is more worrisome, but also compressing the nerves coming out the left side, and that's exactly what his symptoms were.
A herniated disc is a condition where the kind of jelly portion of the center of the disc exits a defect in the rim and protrudes into the canal where the nerves live and pinches nerves. That's usually why it causes the leg pain.
And I was ready to do anything to get rid of the pain.
That meant a discectomy, or surgery to remove the herniations. In Tim's case, the herniation was in his neck and would also require a fusion of vertebrae to correct the issue.
Because the operation, like I told Tim actually, this is a two-part operation. One is to decompress it and make you feel better, take the pressure off the nerves. And the second thing is to get that level to fuse. But the gold standard still to this day is what we call an ACDF, or anterior cervical discectomy and fusion, which is exactly what Tim had.
Question that came up a lot before and after the surgery was, where did you have it done? And everybody said, Rapid or Sioux Falls. I said, I had it done in Pierre. And they just looked at me like they didn't know that was possible.
It means a lot to me that he trusts me to do actually a fairly difficult problem, and fix a difficult problem for him, and also that he and his family are comfortable that it's going to be done correctly and as good as it can be done.
Now, Richard's injury was in his lower back, and over time, the space between his vertebrae got smaller and smaller. That herniation got so bad that Richard had to use a walker or be assisted by his wife just to get from one room to the other. So Dr. Schwind scheduled a minimally invasive operation in Sioux Falls.
What that surgery is, a small margin of the bone is removed that gives you access to the ligament underneath. The ligament is either separated or taken out so that you can see the nerves. The nerves are then kind of gently pushed to the side, and then you start plucking out that herniated disc material. And you just kind of keep plucking until the nerves are free and not under any more tension.
He said more than likely you're going to have like instant relief. And so he was right. I had the surgery, and by 5 o'clock I think I stood up and put weight on my leg, and the pain was gone.
As a husband and father to 4 kids, Richard's health is extremely important, and having relief from constant pain is a game changer.
From the MRI to the X-ray to the surgeons and the nursing staff to the physical therapy, everybody was great. So I'm just super appreciative.
From shooting pool to shooting pheasants, the same can be said for Tim, who was able to get relief while also returning to both his hobby and livelihood.
I feel great. Opening day of pheasant season, all my rules seem to be different than everybody else's. He listed no lifting dogs, no shooting shotguns. To be totally honest, he let me borrow a light gauge shotgun of his so that I could still hunt, because it was the 57th year that I had not missed an opening weekend. And first 2 shots, I got 2 birds. So, it's awesome.